The Seduction of Young Ishmael, as told by Avrahim. Intoxicating spirits and fertility orgies were always associated with one another in the ancient world, and still are in primitive societies. Eric Neumann. Down in the empty frigid basement, around the corner past the stairs, a call rang out above the bass. Ishmael! Ishmael raised his arms in vision ecstatically, then greeted the bartender with a handshake and a guttural Avrahim. He continued, "Tell me, Avrahim, what wisdom has this fine day bestowed upon thee?" "None, other than the wonders of sky and earth. Ah, Ishmael, your beard is full. You look well, strong yet light. Speak now, for all to hear, on the blessings of thy day." "Today was a day of many blessings, none greater than the sight of a true friend," Ishmael said, as he took a plastic cup off the top of the stack and pressed it firmly to the bar mat. The water flowed into the cup when Avrahim pressed a button on the soda gun. Ishmael drank off the water in 2 gulps and held it down again so Avrahim could refill the cup. "What the fuck are they talking about?" the new waitress asked the dishwasher after Ishmael took his water back to the bottom of the stairs where he would sit and wait for the crowd to arrive. "They pretend to be Jehovah's Witnesses or something," said the dishwasher. "We are Amish," said Avrahim, who after sneaking around the corner had gained the critical advantage of surprise. Holding a wet, twisted rag in his hand, he added, "Better check yo' shit," punctuated with a whip to the dishwasher's groin. From his post at the bottom of the entryway to 18th Avenue, Ishmael looked back up the metal staircase and watched people pass back and forth in front of the open doorway. He was slouched back in his stool, stretched out so the blades of his shoulders pressed into the wall, and his feet rested on the stairway railing. The bar was slow, the staff had little to do. Another bartender called Chen came flying down the right side of the stairs without touching either the center banister or the one along the wall. Veins in his forearms popped out as he pressed a napkin to a nick on his otherwise cleanly shaven chin with excessive force. "Ouch, bro," said Justin, the door guy sitting behind the cash register across the ID table from Ishmael. With his free hand, Chen gave a dismissive wave, then proceeded to bump knuckles with both Justin and Ishmael. "What's in there?" Chen pointed to the thermos Justin sat sipping. Twisting off the cap, Justin revealed an opaque white slurry. "Protein. It looks like donkey semen." Before long, Justin and Chen were rattling off numbers they put up that week at the gym. The new waitress, a petite dyed blonde who got her job through Chen, overheard. She came over and started asking them how to improve her squat. After banging out a few reps, she hopped up on the railing and lay back on the cool metal frame, kicking Ishmael's massive feet out of the way with her pink Nikes. Avrahim, perhaps picking up hints of Chen's familiar voice through the wall, sauntered towards the conversation and made his presence known. "Big fella," he said to Justin, "how about you let an old man rest his bones?" He pointed across the foyer, to the corner of the stair railing against which the third door guy typically leaned during the night. Reluctantly, Justin yielded to Avrahim. Ishmael was sipping his second cup of water when, at the top of the stairs, appeared a vision from his past. Avrahim saw her too, and raised his eyebrows towards Ishmael from across the tall metal table. Ishmael sat upright. "You know her?" Chen asked quietly. The girl came down after her 2 friends. Halfway down the stairs, she gave Ishmael a sly smirk. After verifying the first 2 IDs, Ishmael held out the stamp with a flushed smile. "I like your beard," she said. "Thanks," said Ishmael as she turned right with her giggling friends. They headed to the main bar for a drink. Chen came over to stand next to Ishmael and asked, "So yeah, who the fuck is that?" Ishmael shrugged his shoulders and finished his water, keeping the cup tilted until the last drop dripped onto his tongue. "Ishmael, if I may." Ishmael's indifferent reaction was taken as consent, and Avrahim rambled on. Many moons ago, Ishmael was young, clean-shaven and naive. Listen, it all began with Sunny. The girl who used to bartend? Chen asked. She's the one, replied Avrahim. So them two are friends. The smoke show? Chen cut in late. She reminds me, damn, why you keep interrupting? Can you believe this, Ishmael? Man says he wants a story, but it turns out he'd rather hear himself talk. Ishmael shook his head, while Avrahim kept laying into Chen. Scrub. That's right, you a scrub. This is what I'm talking about, no respect. Same thing last night with the broom, lackadaisical. You don't want to sweep. That's disrespect. You disrespecting yourself. Look at your face. Don't have that touch though. Know what I'm saying, Ishmael? That finesse. Ishmael nodded his head, while Avrahim imitated Chen white-knuckling a razor. Shut the fuck up, Sink, Chen said to Avrahim, who as far as everyone other than Ishmael was concerned, went by Sink. Lifting his chin high, he said, At least I shave. Look at you two. Appealing to his audience, he gestured to the two beards and shook his head in disgust. Neanderthals. Look at you, Mr. High and Mighty. In a deep, satirical sing-song voice, Avrahim sang, Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Mr. David Chen, all high and mighty. Look at my muscles. Oh, look at me. I eat my broccoli and squeeze my little grip thing. Guess what? You a bitch. A weak bitch. Oh yeah? Snapped Chen, clenching his aquiline jaw. Who do you think would win in a push-up contest? Provoked Ishmael. Avrahim laughed, wagging a finger in Chen's face. You lost by one push-up. One, 'cause you a bitch. Avrahim kept on dressing Chen down. You got me digging through Ishmael's dirty past, but all you want to know is if you ought to hit that bitch. That's right, I know you. Like she's already in the bag. He did more push-ups than you? The waitress interjected upon snapping a picture of herself. What the hell are you talking about? Said Chen, getting visibly agitated, nearly shaking, as he looked from the waitress back to Avrahim. You know what? Fuck you, Sink. One of these days. What you gonna do? Avrahim said with a wild look in his dark eyes. You wouldn't dare touch this face. Taking off his Tiger Woods hat to expose a fading fade, Avrahim ran his fingers along the freshly trimmed line of his black beard. Chill out. He just likes to stir the pot, said a jovial Justin, who was watching the show from the so-called third spot. That's right, baby, said Avrahim, holding his left arm out to represent a pot, while gripping an imaginary spoon and stirring with his right. Are you going to tell me what happened, or what? Demanded Chen. Not if you ask like that, said Avrahim. Fine, I'll ask her. Chen pointed to the girl in question at the bar. That'll help your chances, quipped Ishmael. All right, I'm walking away. Don't tell me, said Chen. What do you think? It's up to you, Ishmael. Should I tell him, despite his selfish aim? If he wants to know, tell him, said Ishmael. You really want to know how Ishmael, our brave youth, was seduced, and how his dreams of true love were smashed against stone? For Christ's sake, tell us already, the waitress said from the railing, hardly glancing up from her phone. Chen was finally getting along. He nodded, and Avrahim began anew. So Sunny, she and what's-her-name, Key, said Ishmael. They came over to me one night, and so I'm saying what's up to Sunny, and she's saying this and that, and then she's like, listen, who's that dude over there? What's his name? I'm like, who? And she'd be pointing at Ishmael, who's, you know, incapable of blending in with the herd. I grabbed an ice cube and, while recreating emotions similar to a dart toss, Avrahim expressed through puckered lips, pop. Boy got mad, didn't know what hit him. Then I go, yo Ishmael. Chen opened his mouth, but before he could object, Avrahim let him know. Best be careful. How long ago was this? Asked Chen. A while ago, over a year, offered Ishmael. What the fuck it matters? Scoffed and incited Avrahim. You guys have only been doing the Amish bit for a few weeks, so you must not have yelled, Yo Ishmael. Chen imitated Avrahim's voice, mocking him with a squeaking tone and dramatic pace. Goddamn fool! I'm telling a story. You about to be a doctor. How you gonna diagnose shit? Can't let a brother finish a motherfucking story. God damn. Once an Ishmael, always an Ishmael. Right, Ishmael? You speak truth, Avrahim. Damn straight. Avrahim and Ishmael did a handshake. The snap at the end was directed at Chen. So I'm like, yo Ishmael, these ladies would like a word with you. Ishmael walks on over, and I introduce him to Sunny, who gave him a big hug. Sink, don't be silly, she said. We've already met. Sunny took Ishmael by the hand, pulled him right up to her and goes, this is my best friend Key. Ishmael damn near fainted. I love those little Asian girls, Chen said, sharing a quick smile with Ishmael. How'd she look? Like that, said Ishmael, jerking his head in her direction. I remember her hair was up, a ponytail, and she had this elaborate belly button ring. It was dangling. She was wearing black tights like tonight, and heels. Her top was gray, and had a triangle inset with ever smaller triangles in the center. I forget what those are called. I also remember thinking she had the nicest smile. That's beautiful, Ishmael, Avrahim said, but truth is she was already toasted. She stunned our tender Ishmael, though. Those baby blues froze over. She told him they'd met before. I was sure I would have remembered her, said Ishmael, scratching his head. A while later, like an hour, I see him again at that railing, said Avrahim, pointing vaguely towards the dance floor. There was Key, and young Ishmael. Sunny was missing. And you know during the warmer months how Ishmael got those tight-fitting shorts? Yeah, so she started getting personal, you know, physically speaking. And Ishmael had to get those hips back, apply that technique. He'd be worried about hitting her below the belt. Not so easy with those long legs and those big feet. Am I right, Ishmael? As Avrahim spoke, another group of 3 trickled into the bar. While he was checking their IDs, Ishmael felt an itch in his beard. One of the 3 said, "What is that? It smells like puke." "More like piss," another said. "No, it smells like pussy the morning after," remarked the third. Ishmael cracked up, as he'd yet to hear that one. After the fit of laughter, Ishmael breathed a sigh of relief, as the guys stayed to the left and went to secure a table along the wall. During the commotion, Avrahim shot off a text. He put his phone down in the empty receipt well of the unplugged cash register and rubbed his hands together in anticipation. Carrying on, Avrahim said, "So they're over there getting to know one another, and Sunny walks up to the bar for a couple shots of Fireball. She gave me one, and then she told me to watch out for her friend." In an actual high-pitched Sunny voice that was nowhere close to that of the actual person's, Avrahim recalled Sunny's words. "Make sure she doesn't drink too much." I asked her though, "You seeing this?" She asked for another shot, and while I'm pouring it, she glanced over at Key, all up on Ishmael. Sunny took the shot to go, but I remember her saying exactly this. She goes, "She thinks he's cute." And outwardly, I'm like, alright. In my head though, I'm like, "Damn, Ishmael, it's settled." Avrahim noticed Justin chuckling, then took a second take. "What you laughing at, fucking chimp? Look at your calves." "Yeah," added Ishmael, pointing, "look at 'em." Within seconds, Justin, the semi-amateur bodybuilder / barely professional door guy, was beet red. He crossed his arms and looked down past his salmon shorts to his remarkably slender calves. As soon as the big guy uncrossed his cannons and clenched his fists by his side, Ishmael said preemptively, "You'll do nothing." The chimp accepted the invitation to play and said, "I'll bounce your fucking head off the canvas." "Oh, I can't wait. He's gonna do it." "Shut the fuck up. You crazy? Boxing. We talking about boxing, not UFC. You hear yourself?" Before Avrahim could finish his contention, a birthday princess came downstairs with a tiara, sash, and some noisy friends. Halfway down the stairs, her heel slipped, planting her tailbone on the dirty metal and ruffling the frills of her skirt. Shaking his head, Ishmael checked the birthday girl's ID to see if it was in fact her birthday. If there had not been a commotion, and if Chen did not prefer guns to true fighting, the group would have devolved into another round of hysterical May-Mac analysis, and our story ended adrift in conversation. Nonetheless, Chen asked with a suggestive expression, "So what happened? You